Going on, guys? I'm just here to kind of talk about, if you've read the title, this is realistic to a lot of people, and I think there should be a video about it. I mean, in my opinion, there's all these speeches and everything about when it comes to this, but there's not one telling you how to get through it. And I'm trying to be as real as I can. Be on YouTube. I'm not here to fucking take your money. I'm not here to do any of this. I'm just trying to explain how I got here and the hardship it took to get here. And yeah, I'll dive into it. So you read the title. You have lows in this industry. You really do. And I just want to share a little bit about mine. And it's a continuous cycle. You always are going to have you're always going to have a low in this. It's always going to have a low. And at least for me, for the longest time, I didn't feel like I couldn't feel that this was possible. Like I could see it, I would envision it, I would be there for it, but I couldn't see this was possible. Like, there's no way this can work for me, type of thing. And I was never going to quit. That was one thing. I was never going to quit doing this until it did. And I knew if I didn't quit, I would get there eventually. But it just seemed so surreal, you know, because you see a bunch of videos about it. And, you know, that it just seems like it's far away from you. And, you know, how do you get through this point? And there was a time, and I still have low points to this day, and no one talks about how low those points really do get. And they are bad. And if you have your soul and your heart and and you put everything into this, they're just amplified because you want it that bad. And that's a great thing. It really is. It's a beautiful thing. Because if you don't want it bad enough and you don't do it enough, you're not going to have any results from it. I hate to sound it like that, but how many of the people that really truly succeed haven't fucking bled for this? And I'm not here to give you a pity party about how I did. I'm going to share it, but I'm trying to relate to everybody because I was in the same exact shoes as you are right now. If you're watching this video and you read the title, I was in the same shoes. You're at the low point. You're thinking about quitting. You're like, this isn't going to work for me. And at that point, when you get there, that is really, and people talk about this point a lot, but you don't know you're there even. You're just like, oh, why is it not working? And that's when you've reached the front gates of spiraling out. Because when you start going into that mindset, and I can tell you from past experiences, I do it all. I've done it, and still to this day, I will say that if I have a terrible week, I will be like, man, like, is this like, can I do this forever? Like, type. It stresses me out. It would stress you out, and that's when you have to realize you just have to take a break. And it gets me emotional talking about this because, I mean, if you are in the same circumstances as I was, and you probably are, because you're looking for reimbursement on YouTube to try and tell you not to quit. And I can't tell you not to quit because you have to find it within yourself to stay and keep going. And that is with anything. And the best advice I can tell you is you need an external thing to push you forward. You can't look at this as money. I would have quit years ago if I was just wanting money from myself. Truthfully, I would have just wanted money. I would have been done. I would have been done completely. And there was a time, I would honestly say about a year and a half ago, I just felt really lost about a video I just made yesterday. I was just like, man, like I didn't do well in high school. I don't have anything going for me. You know, I put all my time into this and I have no results. I can't show anything for it. Everyone thinks I'm fucking crazy. And I'm like, if they're right and I don't get this, I'm gonna have to listen to that for the rest of my life, and I'm gonna be a failure. I mean, that's realistically what we're all afraid of. That try this hard. When you put everything into it, you don't want to fail. And failing isn't losing a trade either. Failing is quitting. That is failing in this. That is failing. When it doesn't feel like you've made progress, guess what? You're not failing yet because you haven't quit. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. There was a point in mine where I was just like constantly having internal conflict about it. And I couldn't show anything for it. And I couldn't help. The thing that started me doing this, everyone starts for money. Everyone wants a better lifestyle. Yeah, the McLaren. Yeah, the Lamborghini. Yeah, we all want that shit. But at the end of the day, that doesn't keep you staying in the market at all. Because it's fucking ruthless. I don't care what anyone tells you. It's ruthless. It will tear you apart if you let it. It will spiral you out and you will be mad constantly. You will be questioning whether or not, what am I going to do with my life every day? And then you'll get to the point where you just turn off everything. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but you're just going to turn it off. And then you're just not going to feel anything. And then you're just a new person, which doesn't help you either. And you have to have an external conflict while you're doing this. It won't work out if you're not. I'm telling you right now, it won't. I've seen it. I've seen people do it. They're just like, I want more money. Yeah, it works. I'm not saying it doesn't work for a couple months. I'm talking if you want to be in this for years and you want to be able to provide for your family and your parents and you want to do what I'm going to do in the next few months is retire everybody, then you have to have something to push you towards that, because guess what? Money's not always going to be there. Oh, look, I got $1,000 payout. Nope. Doesn't matter. You know why it doesn't matter? Because that $1,000 can be spent just like that. And then you don't have anything. You don't have shit. You have to have an external conflict. And I'll talk about a year and a half ago. I was with my parents, obviously. And I was just angry. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I was just angry because I was angry at my father because I wasn't fortunate enough to have, one that really provides. He's kind of not on that end of it. And I'm not going to spill any more of that, but which he, and then my mom came home crying to me, talking about, I can't afford it. Like, I can't afford this. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And she has no one to help her at all. Like, she has no one. We live very far away from any of our family. And she's the last person to ask for money. And so am I, because I was raised like that. That's why I offer everything I do for free. Because I don't want your money. Because I know how hard and scarce it can be sometimes. And she was just crying. And I was still trying to get good at this, trying to master it, trying. And I broke down, not in front of her, but I was just like, why can't I fucking get this? I was so upset at everything because I was like, I am more deserving than this to anybody. Because it hurt me so bad to see I put so much effort in, I can't even fucking help my mother. I can't even help her. I'm not even in the financial position to help her. It hurt me so fucking bad. I couldn't even explain it. And I went and got in my car and drove around just yelling and screaming like that was going to solve something, which obviously we know it all didn't. But in my head, that just made me feel better at the time. And I was just mad. I was just mad at God. I was mad at everything because I'm religious. I was just like, why can't I have this? I've shown you I want the effort. I've shown you I want all of this. I've stood by it when I was fucking failing for 2 years straight, or at that time, a year and a half straight. I felt like I had no progress. I didn't even have a fucking eval account passed either. I was so late into it. And I started so early, and I was doing all these exercises. I was tape reading. I was doing this. I was doing that. And I had nothing to show for it at all. And it broke me down a lot. And I was just in a really rough spot. That was probably one of the worst spots I've ever been in my life, to be honest. Nothing has made me more emotional than that right there. And that was like scar tissue on me. Because I knew even then I wasn't going to quit. And honestly, I still to this day, I don't know how I got past it. I really don't. Because I thought that day, because I was like, fuck this. I don't want to, like, why would I do this? This is taking, I mean, I'm already a year and a half in. I haven't seen anything. I mean, and I'm telling you guys, I've done everything. I've done it for 6 hours a day. I've done it back testing after my 6 hours a day. I've spent every amount of time on this. And then when people are like, you need longer years. No, the fuck I didn't need longer years than that. You know why? It's because your equivalent to a year is my equivalent to 2 months of me doing it, because I do it way more than you. At that time, I probably had like racked up 3 years of experience just because of how much I was doing it. And all I was focusing on was it. And now I look back and I'm like, that was the problem. But in my head, I'm like, I fucking deserve this. And most of the time when you think you deserve it, you're mostly right. You are. It's just like a market. It's not time yet, though. You're gonna get it. But you're gonna get it at this time, not that time. You're not gonna get the move in, Asia. You're gonna get the move in New York. You gotta wait a little bit. It might not make sense right now, but you gotta wait a little bit. And it broke me down a lot. It broke me down a lot. And I feel for every single one of you that are going through it right now. I fucking feel for you so hard. Because I was just in that. I was just going through that. It felt like yesterday to me. It still feels like yesterday. That is, and I promise you, the day you're having when you come click on this, you're going to come back to realize this is the day I'm going to use to keep me going in the morning. This is the day I'm going to use when I have another bad day. Because that day is going to be such a reminder to you that I've gotten past the worst day in this whole entire time of me doing this. This is the day that I've died pretty much on the inside. I died on that day in my head. Like I immediately was just like, I have to get this now. No matter how long it takes, I'm going to get this now. I might not be able to do it now, but I will do it later. And then once I shifted my perception, I immediately started seeing different results. Immediate. I was like, I'm not going to rush it anymore. I'm going to eventually get this. I promised to myself on that day, I'm going to eventually get this. I'm going to understand. And then 3 months later, I passed my first ever evaluation account. And it felt like I had something. I had a certificate I could show them. Because I was so worried about what everyone thought, because I didn't want to be a fuck up. I didn't want to be, everyone else is doing well. Everyone else has something to go for. I don't have a fall safe. And neither do you if you're watching this either. We don't have a fall safe. We have to make it. We have to. There is no, well, what if, maybe. No, there isn't any of that. There's none of that. And you're going to get fucking hated on. You're going to get absolutely destroyed. Just like everyone that is successful had. Everyone goes through it. I went through it last Christmas. Last Christmas, my whole family convicted me about it. My aunts, my uncles, my grandparents, everyone told me I was a fucking idiot. I need to go to college. I need to get a real job. Because a real job makes you $100,000 in one day. Or a real job can make you work from anywhere in the world. And a real job can have these perfect hours. And you have time off and PTO. And a real job, you always have consistent money. But guess what? Why do we care about consistent money? When you have a risk set in place, when you have a model that works, you will end up making money by the end of the year. You just have to follow it. That's it. Follow it. Trust it. Follow it. It sounds so easy when you actually speak it out loud, but in your head, you're doing all these mental evaluations on why it shouldn't work. Don't do that. There's no need to fucking do that at all. You're wasting your own time, and I'm telling you from someone that did it for years and made themselves fucking fall in a hole for years and years and years. Stop doing it. You don't need to do it. It's wasting your fucking time. That is what it is. It is all a waste of your time. And fuck what everyone else says, because guess what? They're not in the same shoes as you. You have a seed planted if you're already this far. Your seed is beginning to get watered as we speak. Their seed isn't even in the fucking ground yet. At all. And you're listening to people like that, and it's hard not to listen to your own family members. But guess what? Look at where your family members are. Do you want to be like them? I guess not. No, the fuck you don't. What do they do? Are they financially free? Are they able to travel the world whenever they want? Can you retire? Can they retire right now? Let's ask that question. Are they still working to this day? Probably. I would say so. Yeah. Fuck yeah, they are. So why are you listening to them if they're not in the same place as you? Or if they're not in the place you want to be? That's what I'm telling you. Listen to people that already are where you want to be. That is why I don't know why you guys listen to fucking, and I was a victim of this too. And it's hard not to listen to your own parents. It is. It really is, because they're the people you want validation from. And that is why we all struggle so hard in this, is because we all want them to be like, wow, my daughter's doing great. My son's doing great. Look at him. Like, he's doing this thing online, and he's doing like $2,000, $3,000 a day. And I'm so proud of him. Everyone wants that. Everybody wants that. But that's all you're worried about right now. You want that right now. You're looking at the white line. You're looking at the checkered white line at the end, instead of actually looking at and going through the middle. You're still driving in the race. You're not at the end. You're not able to sit and relax and be like, damn, like finally. No. You still have a lot more to do. And there's no reason you should just fucking quit after doing X amount of times. There isn't. And when I was at my low point and I was crying to myself in my car, and I don't give a fuck what anyone says, when you want something so bad, you eat, you live, you think, you fucking envision it everywhere you go. You do. When you want it so bad and you keep getting your heart broken back to back to back, it fucking makes you so, it doesn't even make you mad anymore. It makes you so sad. It really does. It makes you so fucking sad to where you don't know what to do anymore. You're just like moving through the motions, and you can't fail at it. And that is when it's the most important time to take a break. At that time, and I wish I did this too, you take a fucking break and you pray to God. That is what you do. You immediately take a break and pray to God. You say, what? I'm going to take 3 days off. I don't care what you're going through right now. And you might even be in a worse spot than I was. But I'm telling you, every day, every time you have something that is so significant, that feels like it's the end of the world, it's going to be used later as a staircase. You're going to be able to step upon that and be like, I can overcome this one because I already overcame that one. And when you get your heart broken again, you come in these markets and don't expect it to be butterflies and rainbows either, just because you have, you feel like the worst day of your career, you blew all your accounts. You're looking at the people you love and you're like, I can't show you anything right now. And that's all you want to do. And if you're in this just for fucking money, good luck. I'm telling you right now, good fucking luck. Good luck. If you just want plain and simple, I want to buy a Lamborghini, you're not going to fucking survive in this, because that's not what it is. Because every trade you're going to take is going to be about a Lamborghini. I promise you. Underlyingly, it's going to be like, damn, I want that status. I want that Rollie. I want this Lamborghini. Good fucking luck. Come to me in 2 years and let's see where you're at. Because I guarantee you're going to listen to me now. You're going to be like, this guy's full of shit. Why'd I listen to this? He's full of shit. I want my Lamborghini. Like, this guy's fucking not preaching about that. Why would I listen to this part? Well, like, why? And I'm telling you, if you're now that you're paying attention, wake up here. Now that you're paying attention, Mr. Lamborghini, if there are the people in this video that are listening that all they do is want that, kudos to you, because you're not going to survive. I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to survive. Because when you have one of these days that the people in here that are actually giving their breath for, that are given everything they want, is in this, you're going to fail miserably. And you're going to have nothing to help you. Because your only motivation is a fucking Lamborghini or a fucking Rolex or some materialistic thing which everybody cares about. Everybody. But those don't last at all. And I know everyone, I'm not saying I'm the clear one here either. I still go and get those things. I still do that. I still bought a Rolex. I still buy people watches. Why? Why did you do that? Because I'm human too. That is exactly why. And guess what? I'm telling you, the most pride I've ever got and the most feeling is getting your first payout. And you know what you do? You know what you do when you get your first payout? You pay your mother, or you pay your father, or you pay your little sister. Pay anyone. Pay someone you love 30% of that. And tell me how that feels. And then you're going to be like, damn, I'm going to actually like that. I'm saving you from the spiral that I go through, that I went through. Because when you get that payout, you're going to be like, damn, now I can go buy like 50 accounts. I'm about to stack this up. No. One payout really doesn't mean shit. I hate to tell you. One payout don't mean fucking shit. 2 payouts doesn't mean shit. You know why? Because guess what? There's people passing. There is no difference from an eval and you getting a payout on a funded account. No difference. They're staying the same profit target, same drawdown, same pretty much rules. Besides now you got to make 5 days of money. And if you are a decently good trader, you will do that. But everyone is so bent out of shape because everyone wants this fucking facade of status because they can day trade, they can intraday trade, they can fucking call the high. And I'm telling you, and this is all, guess what? This is all derived from the last video. This is all a factor of what everyone has a question about and what I struggled with for 2.5 years as well. Bias. This is all where it stems from. Every single time you take a trade, something is stemming from this right here. This is a whole thing about bias as well. Everyone doesn't derive that because I'm talking about other things than fucking market structure on my chart. When in reality, market structure is about 50%, if not 40%. Market structure is confirmation to me. Fundamentals, another 40%, and 20% is you. It's not the concept. It's you. And that's a good place to be, trust me. Because when you have a failing concept and you're trying to make a shitty concept work, you're going to be in a really rough spot because it's like you've been lied to. Imagine that. Imagine you've been lied to and you're like, you think it's you for the longest time. But in reality, it's just bullshit and they've lied to you. Now tell me how that feels. But no, you know it's not fake. You know it works. You've seen people do it. I've done it. I can tell you straight up it works. And I'm telling you right now, it wasn't the concept at all. It wasn't. And I'm going to go back to when I was going through it. You see, there's this, I have a Home Depot where I drove to. Funny enough. I drove and sat in the parking lot of a Home Depot for 30, 45 minutes. Just letting it all out. Letting every single emotion pour out. You know why? Because this is everything. This is my whole ideals were based this. I already envisioned everything with this. This is like losing your mother to me. Not equating to this. I love doing this. This is my passion for real. Like I love everything about this. But I had it to a point where I only get satisfaction from this. I only get not from the money. No. When you get to a point, you're going to be wired so differently. And at least it was for me. I was wired to the point of I didn't give a shit about the money. I cared about when I was right. I had to be right. I had to be right. Every day I had to be right or I was fucking miserable. And guess what? Because I wanted to be perfect. And I'm not saying trying to be perfect is a bad thing, but when you're starting out, it's really hard to differentiate perfect and letting it happen. I'm going to be honest. Because I was trying to be perfect every day. Every single day I was trying to be perfect. And guess what? In my strive for perfection, fucked me up so hard. I'm telling you right now, it fucked me up so hard. And I got so miserably sad every single time. And it was like a constant heartbreak gunshot to your heart. Not because I'm losing or getting it wrong, because I have nothing to show for it. Back to that. I had nothing to show for it. Everyone else has all of these things going on. And it feels like you're just going nowhere. It feels like you're in a consolidation is what you feel like. You're just not going up, moving. You're going up, but you're going right back down. And that's the part where the real character development starts. You just don't know it yet. And it really does. That's where it really starts. And I'm telling you, if you are going through that, and every trader has a moment in their life where they're going to experience something very similar to that. Whether it's just as, crazy as mine, or it might even be 20 times worse for you. But you'll know when it happens, because you'll look back and you might not even know when you're going through it. You just might be so miserable. You're just like, fuck this regular day. Which is how I knew, because I look back and I'm like, I thought it was normal for me to go fucking bang my head against the wall. It was normal for me to get fucking super suicidal over this, because if I don't make this work, I'm a fucking piece of shit failure. It was normal. And when you get stupid little comments, they don't know where you fucking been. Don't let anyone fucking tell you at all in your life, even in your life, not even fuck your closest friends either. Fuck them all. If any one of them are like, you should stop, that's not going to work. Fucking leave them. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're so full of shit. Ask them, what are they doing? What are you doing? Oh, I'm going to college, man. I'm about to be a business major. I'm going to make all this money. Yeah, bullshit. I'm doing this because I want to help everyone around me, because there is no other way out. You can't go to college anymore and make this sort of money. And if you think, oh, I'm going to law school, I'm going to be a big time. Lawyers don't make that much, hence they don't. You're making 6 figures a year. Congrats. Fucking congrats. You went to school and you have $250,000 in debt, and you're just getting your lawyer job at 27 years old, 26. And you're fucking in debt. You went to school for fucking 6 years and you're in debt. I think it's 8, actually. If not, I'm pretty sure law school is either 3 or 4 years. And you're in debt. And guess what? Yeah, that might be what you want either. I'm not shitting on you for that either. If you're one of those people, I'm not talking shit to you. 6 figures is life-changing. It really is. It is life-changing. You feel comfortable, but guess what? Inflation's rising. That 6 figures don't feel life-changing anymore. Interest rates are rising. Those 6 figures don't feel high anymore. Groceries are going up. Gas is going up. Everything's going up. It's rising. But 6 figures aren't like 6 figures in 1980s weren't the same as the 6 figures in 2026 or 2025. Sorry. It's different, completely different. If you want that lifestyle to where you don't want your spouse to work, and you don't want your kids to have to be and grow up like dad did. I don't want to have to grow up like my dad did. I don't want my kids, or I don't want my son to have to go through the shit I went through. I don't want him to have to worry about, hey, mom, I can't ask you for money because you don't have any. I can't ask you to, I can't go hang out with my friends because I don't want to waste your money. I don't want to have to put that fucking burden on my son. You might want to, but I'm not going to do that. And neither are the people that actually take this serious. They're not going to stand for that shit either. And they don't want to see their mom, and they know, and they love them dearly, and they know they couldn't do any better. But then you have this thing in you to where it's like an itch. Like you can't fucking, like you have to do it. And if you don't do it, the whole world's coming down if you don't get this. The whole fucking world. Every little thing's gonna crumble and fall apart if I don't get this. And that is dangerous and also very good at the same time, because you don't need motivation anymore when you're at this. When you're at this, you're just like, I don't have motivation. I don't have motivation anymore. I have a duty now. Like, I have a duty to do this. I've already done it for this long. Why the fuck would you quit now? I've already done it for this long. What does quitting do? It puts you back. It just sets you back. That's why I don't understand. If you're going to end up quitting, you should have quit the first month when you failed. Why would you keep going on? Keep doing it. Look at this as college anyways, for all you people that love college out there and think it's just not a scam. Why would you keep going if you're going to quit now? I don't understand that. Like, you should have quit the first month. You knew this was going to be hard. Because the social media wants to tell you that, hey, 3 months, buy my course. Here you go. Here's fucking, you're going to make $100,000 a month. And I guarantee you, every person that promises that is fucking broke as shit and making $300,000 off of you, not off of this market. I can guarantee you that. Guarantee you that. And that is all, and this is all a factor in bias. That is what people don't get. This is all going to impact how you trade, how you take a trade, how you're going to frame your trade, what the narrative is for your trade. All impacts what I'm talking about in this video. And you don't think it does. You think, well, that's fucking impossible. He's talking about other shit outside of my life. Guess what? This is an emotionless sport. I hate to tell you, it's an emotionless sport, and we're human. We're all emotional. So what's going to impact you in your life? And I'm not saying to just forget and go emotionless and, do all this shit. No. I'm telling you to recognize it and to keep pushing forward and use those bad days as actual motivation for yourself. Be like, I'm not going to repeat that day. Why? Because I felt like I had nothing left that day. I don't want to fucking go through that again. And that is scar tissue, and it is hard to braille. It is hard to break down scar tissue. I'm telling you, I'm trying to save you guys from scar tissue. And for the people that don't even listen to it, it's like, how the fuck do you think you're going to get anywhere in this? And anything in life? Because everyone's got fucking TikTok brain, and they can't listen to one video that is probably only going to be, 40 minutes. You can't spend 40 minutes to hear someone talk about something that might help you, because you're going to go through it. Everyone does. You're going to go through it. But no one wants to fucking listen, because everyone has TikTok brain. Everybody has TikTok brain. And for the few sum of people, you will be fine in life. I fucking promise. Because you will actually listen. You will be like, he's making a good point, and it'll change everything. I'm not promising any of you that this video is going to answer your questions, because quite frankly, I'm relating to you all, because I was in the same fucking boat. And it felt so lonely, because no one comes out and speaks about this shit at all. No one does. No one's like, hey, this was my worst day in trading. I fucking blew 5 accounts in one day. I was at $2,700, I think, on 5 evals. I was copy trading them because I wanted to have a big dick, and I wanted to show everyone, yeah, I'm making fucking, 10K a day on my evals. I'm like, shit, fuck all y'all. Guess what? Smashed, because I was $300 away. Take a fucking break when you're almost there. I'm telling you, take a break. When you're about to pass your eval, take 3 days off. If you're really, really close to, if you're like, I just have to make $100. Like, if you get unlucky like I did, like 90% of the time, I'd be $100 away, $2,900. And I'd be like, well, damn, I just need a tick. Like, I literally just, 5 minis, like no one's watching me. I'm not going to tell anybody about that. I'm just going to enter right now, because I know I know it's going up. I do. Like, I know it'll go here. Is that good trading? No. And it's not. And you're going to feel like fucking shit anyways if you get that account. Because trust me, I did it too. And I actually got lucky. I passed it. That was my first eval account. I passed it. I was like, holy shit. I passed an eval. Passed fucking 5. Or no, that wasn't 5. That was 1. My first eval. I passed an eval. Holy shit. And then you're like, damn, like, but I didn't really trade it though. Like, I didn't actually, like, that wasn't a good, like, yeah, maybe, like, I ran it up to like the $2,700. Like, I was good trading. But like that, I didn't really deserve that. And if you're open enough to know that you didn't deserve that, that's a really good thing, because that shows your humility. And that shows like a lot. That shows a lot about your character, because that is a lot of analyzing yourself and being like, damn, I don't really deserve that. And that's a great thing in this business. Let me fucking tell you. It's not the concepts that are failing everybody. Everyone, and that is why everyone will sit in here. And if you see people that are like, what a shitty strategy, don't listen to people. I don't know why people care what other fucking people think. Don't listen to them. It's not that hard. It really isn't. Unsuggest their comment. You can hide comments. Don't look at a comment if you're making videos too. Don't look at them. Who fucking cares if they're like, this sucks, by the way. Who fucking cares? They're not living in your life. They're not doing this day in, day out like you are. You've put in way more effort than they have if they're sitting there commenting on shit that you're doing, or they're sitting there talking shit to you in real life. They're just fucking miserable and projecting themselves because they probably fucking suck at this. That's the truth. If someone's out there spilling you about how you're trading, or you're trading like shit and you don't know what you're doing, they're probably full of shit themselves. I'm saying it right there. Saying it right there. Did he just fucking tell me that all my friends are full of shit? Yes, the fuck I did. Because I guarantee you every single one of them doesn't want to see you succeed in this. They'll egg you. They'll be like, yeah, how you doing with that? Oh, you failed? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. In their head, they're like, yeah, fuck yeah. I don't want this guy to get better than me. They're not your real friends. I don't want this dude to be better than me. I've seen it firsthand. I got fucking fucked over a couple months ago. Because I told someone I was doing this amount. Like I was making this much. And guess what? He showed his real side. Showed his real side, and guess what it was? My own fucking family member. My own family member. On my side of the gene pool. My share the same type of DNA. We have similarities in each other. Share the same name. No one's rooting for you but yourself. That's all I can tell you. The only two people in your life that want to see you succeed is your fucking parents. That is it. Whether or not they tell you that, maybe you should go to college. Maybe you should. They're just looking out for you. They really are. All they want is for their kid to succeed. But because they're not born in a generation like us, they don't have the same things that we have available to us. They just don't understand. And you have to be mature enough to understand that. To be like, I know they don't want me to fail in this. I know they want the best for me. And that is being mature as an adult. That is being an adult. Welcome to adulthood. Sitting there and being, I know they just want the best for me. Like they just don't get it, but I know that. So like, I'm not going to get mad if they're like, maybe you should get a job, because they just don't understand. So then you just brush that off, because it's like, oh, I will. This is my job. This is my job. This is your job. Anyone that looks at this shit not like a job is full of shit. This is fucking real serious things here. You're dealing with money. You're dealing with banks. You're in a financial analyst, if you want the full view of this. Data analyst. People at Goldman Sachs are doing this. But guess what? They're not moving the amount of money me and you are moving. They're moving 100 fucking times that. Probably 1,000 times what we're moving. If not 10,000 times. And yeah, you're set up to fail in this. But guess what? Being set up to fail is not always a bad thing, because when you succeed, you're going to be like, I was fucking set up to fail. No one rooted for me. And now they want to root for me. Now it's funny. Now I laugh. Now it's, you want to be friends with me now? You want to listen to me now? You didn't want to listen to me back then when I already knew I didn't change anything. I didn't learn a new concept. I didn't learn something new that made me, actually make money in this. I had the same information, but you didn't want to listen to it then. Why do you want to listen to it now? Isn't that fucking crazy? Isn't it crazy? All that I changed was how I thought. That's it. That's all I changed. Yeah, there's different concepts you can use. You have everything available on YouTube. You don't need to buy a fucking course at all. You don't need to buy another ICT course. It's fucking stupid. I don't know why anyone does that shit. It's stupid. Everything is available for free. There's people that do this for free if you don't have trouble. If you have trouble, people release videos for free. I've learned everything for free. Everything. I've spent all of my time on his lecture videos, on watching his execution, seeing why he picked that fair value gap if he didn't explain it. Building scenarios in my head to why didn't it go down here? Why did it consolidate here? Oh, there was a monthly order block there. Oh, we are at mean threshold. We tapped mean threshold and went down. You're not fucking doing half of the work that everyone else is doing, so don't expect the results everyone else is getting. And if you're doing it now, keep doing it because you'll get the results. If you're like, if I'm talking to the very few people that this is not, if they're doing all that, you're going to get the results. Just keep doing it. Don't fucking stop doing it. It's stupid. Why would you do that? You've already done it for, maybe you're up to a year now. You've spent 365 days doing this. And if you add the hours up, you're going to be amazed. Why would you quit? That's what I would do. I would add your hours up and be like, damn, I've studied this concept. I've studied all this shit for 680 hours. That's a whole year in school. Probably longer than 680 hours, to be honest. I've spent, maybe 1,000 hours this year on all this stuff. Guess how many pilots have, by the way? An experienced pilot has 6,000 hours. Very, very experienced pilot has 6,000 hours to operate an aircraft or an airplane. Have you seen inside of an airplane? It's fucking difficult. Don't look easy to me. You just have to submit to the aspect of time. Your time is coming. If you're doing all the work, it's only a matter of time. And when you finally I'm like, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. When people are like, fuck you. You don't deserve that. Like, what? You didn't work that hard. You don't know what the fuck I've done. You don't know the nights I've had. You don't know why I lost today. You don't understand any of that because you're not living in my life day to day. You can't tell me shit. You weren't there when I was sitting in a fucking parking lot, suicidal, ready to blow my brains out because I didn't have anything to show for it. You weren't fucking there, so don't tell me I don't deserve anything. That's what you should reply with. Or you can reply with nothing. Just be like, you're funny. Goodbye. Don't talk to him. Fuck that friend if he's your friend. Tell him to fuck off. Don't even listen to him again. And to the very few friends that you have that actually want the best for you, and I promise you, there is very, very little. Very little. A lot of them just want what you're doing. That is what a lot of them want. Because I know this firsthand. If you're starting to see some results, beware. Don't fucking post them. Biggest mistake I ever did. When you're starting to see, I'm making a little money here and there. When you're starting to see those results, don't fucking post them. Because you're going to have sharks. It's just like sharks. You're basically cutting yourself wide open and putting it in a fucking great white swimming pool and just saying, hey, you smell me? Don't eat my arm, though. I don't want you to eat it. It's not for sale. You can't eat this. Think about that logic. It's stupid. Why would you do that? And I promise to every single one of you, if you do not quit this, you will succeed. You will. If you give everything to this and you keep doing it and you say, hey, fuck them, I'm going to do this. I don't care what anyone else tells me. You'll be fine. You're going to succeed. You will do. You will do fine. I might not understand it now, but I will. I might not know why it did this now, but I'm going to go test it to see why it did it this time and not that time. What was different? Oh, there was an order block there. Oh, there was a fair value gap. Oh, we didn't tap that fair value gap because there was an inverse. You don't want to see an inverse get filled in. If we're a part of a market maker buy model, I don't want to see that happen. Everything can have an explanation. Every single thing. Not many concepts provide an explanation. Support and resistance. Oh, here's a support. Oh, yeah, let me subscribe to that. I'm going to take my limit buy right there. Where's your stop going to be? My stop's going to be right here. We'll go on our paper here. I want my limit buy to be right here. And I'm going to put my thing at this support level, and I'll put it right there. Oh, man, I got stopped out. So I picked the wrong support level. I gotta pick this one down here. Why? Ain't no fucking reason at all. Ain't no reason. Not a fucking clue. I'm not shitting on a concept. I'm not shitting on you guys. But we get a lot of shit thrown our way. I mean, at least a lot of ICT traders, especially if you go in any comment section, there's a lot of people have to say about us. I wonder why. I wonder why we get shit talked the most, right? It makes a lot of sense. Just think about it for a minute. Why do we get shit talked the most? Because it's the most difficult to learn? Because it's the most precise thing that is out there? And people don't like, not getting something the first time because, they've been told their whole life they were perfect at school, they were perfect at everything, but if I can't get it, no one can, so it's fake. Nope. Sorry to tell you. You just don't fucking work hard enough. And I'm not sitting here shitting on you, telling you, oh, support and resistance doesn't work. It's not going to beat this. It's not going to beat it. Sorry to tell you, it's not going to beat it. Which one do you pick? Why'd you pick this one? How do you know which one to pick? How do you know where to draw it? Because, this one seems a little higher. So you're just, trend line support and resistance? Well, what's the trend line degree? You don't fucking know. You're just making shit up and you're scared as fuck when you enter your trade. You're shaking. You're like, oh, I don't know. You're like, one. Let me post it. Nope. Don't post it. Post it take a picture and post it in your desktop. Do that. And then at the end of the year, look at how many winnable trades you had. And then you can maybe be like, well, look, here's my year. Post that. If you want to post something, post that. I'm a lot different than a lot of people on YouTube that talk about this stuff. I'm a lot different. Because I am one of the few that are not going to bullshit you and telling you, buy my course. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything because it's tough love in this industry and I'm giving everyone tough love. And I think the tough love is where you learn. Look at that reclaimed fair value gap right there. Look at that. Look at price go right in that. That's support and resistance, isn't it? Look at that wick. Perfect delivery to that 0.5 level. That's support and resistance, right? No. That's just a random wick, That's just a random... What's just a random wick? Why are you picking wicks? Wicks don't mean shit. Try again. Try again. When I see a long wick or long tail like that, I'm fucking grading that. And I'm looking at reversals right in here. Right at that 0.5 or in that upper quadrant, I'm reversing that. Wicks are gaps, by the way, people. Wicks are gaps. And the sooner you come to realize that, the sooner you'll be like, damn. I haven't seen this before. If we went down here and we passed this, I'd be grading this wick right here. This is a nice one. I like this wick. I love this wick. If we come back down there, watch 0.5 be a very sensitive point for this price run. Just watch it. Look at your chart. It'll be on your chart. Look at your chart. Timestamp this video. Kai said at 48 minutes and 22 seconds that there's going to be a sensitive point at this 0.5 level. Go to your lower time frames. You'll see it. It's not hiding from you. I'm telling you before it even gets there. We're all the way up here. When we see this 0.5 level on this wick right here, 6,638.25, go on your lower time frame charts and let's see how price does when it gets there. And it's not because of a fucking zone either. You're going to see perfect numbers start to line up there. You're going to see the upper quadrant get respected in there. And if we're bearish, and if we do come back down here, I'm bearish. But guess what? A short-term rejection is going to be at that wick. We're going to see an entry point at that wick for shorts. It's going to come down here and probably give a retracement at that 0.5 level. And I want you to look at that, and I want you to see those numbers line up because they are going to, just like that candle did right there. Everyone can see it. It's not hiding from you. Go on your ES chart. 9 a.m. What did we do at 9 a.m.? Or 2 a.m.? That's why I said this was a power of 3 today. On a Friday. Power of 3. And everyone was probably looking at this video like, damn, he's going to tell me something I never knew. Nope. You know enough. 90% of you know enough. You just don't believe you know enough. You just don't believe you know enough. All I want for everyone is to succeed in this industry. That's all. That is my goal. And I don't even charge you money. I don't want your fucking money. I don't want any of that. I don't want to partake in that pity money that a lot of people just take from people because they have nothing. They don't have anything. They have no reliable system to work on. When it's right in front of their eyes, maybe they just need a little push or maybe a little influence because they can't devote their time to this because they got they have a daughter, they have a son, they have a full-time job, and they can't sit there and do one thing for this long. And that is the people I want to help. That is it. That is the people I want to help for free. I don't want you to have to I want to help you. I'm encouraging you to help you. Let me help you. For free. No $sign. No fucking PayPal, no Venmo, no WAP.com. Come buy my course, 1, 2, 3, problem solver on me. No. For free. In the Discord. Join it. I will talk to you immediately, as soon as I can. If I'm not available, I will always get back to you. My DM's always open. And even for the mass amount of people that are starting to DM me, I'm responding to every single one of them. Every one of them. And I will forever try to do that until it gets to a point where I'm getting, 2,000, 3,000 a day. I'm going to have to hire people to do that shit because, that's a lot for me. And that's a lot. I'll just have to, I don't know how we'll figure that out when we get there. But that's all I want for everybody. I want everyone to succeed. That's it. And if you're already succeeding, good job. Kudos to you. I'm very happy for you. And I'm not saying that like a bitch. I'm not being like, oh, yeah, look at him. He's doing all this other shit. No, I am not saying it like that. I am truly happy for you. I really am. And grade that wick too. Grade both portions of it. Watch the body start to respect that in the lower quadrant. Upper quadrant, sorry. And if you've made it this far, I am very, 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 very happy you did. Because you have shown something that a lot of people can't, and that is dedication. And there's not many people left with dedication and passion and drive to do stuff anymore in this world. And that is what sets you apart, and that is what will make you successful. Not fucking concepts. Even though these are great concepts, and they're beautiful, and they work like an orchestra, you change your path. You do. No one else. You do.